This is Future Vision.
This is the second episode I saw.
Yeah.
Apparently Cartoon Network was running them in the correct order.
This is the one where Garnet reveals that she can see all sorts of various possibilities for the future, and that she uses a lot of it to protect Steven. Steven freaks out, and pretty much almost gets himself killed.
Kind of turns it into a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess.
Yeah, and then Garnet...
Don't go on the roof, so he goes on the roof.
Yeah, and Garnet realizes that by doing so, she's creating even more danger for him, so...
All I kind of remember when I saw this originally was like, I don't know who this kid is, but man, is he having an existential crisis. And when they did the reveal of her taking off the sunglasses, I thought that was supposed to be a big reveal. I was like, whoa, that's cool. She's got 3 eyes or whatever. I didn't realize, like, when I watched it with you, like, from the beginning, that they would just reveal that in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
So when they did it there, I was like, oh.
That's like, because one of the episodes I saw, they revealed as well, and I thought the same thing, like, oh, is that like a big reveal? It's like, oh, and then you see it's revealed in the video game Ham episode. Yeah. But 2 things that jumped to mind. One, the scene where they're explaining how she sees the future, was, at me, that seemed very, like, Ralph Bakshi 80s weird dream-like stuff, which I like. I mean, I like that a lot. There are times we're watching this.
Time is a river, or wibbly wobbly thing. Yes. To go of Doctor Who.
But there is something about this show. Once in a while, it just sort of hit me with a moment. It's like this one or that moment, and then the fusion one, where I was like, wow, I kind of feel like a little kid again watching it, where it's like kind of this surreal, weird moment that doesn't have an exact explanation. It's just sort of, again, it seems very directed by just sort of mood and emotion somehow. And, you know, like, there's really no reason to show that's how she sees the future like that, have it go all black and the weird colors and stuff, but it just creates a mood.
I kind of think you do need it, because this is still a kid's show and a visual representation.
Oh, no. I'm not saying it's not needed or it's not nice. I'm saying that, you know, you could have said that, or even, like, just, may she project a hologram and show up, but having everything go black and you see everything just in those weird little triangle shades and flipping around and doing that weird stuff. It's like, it's nice. I really think it's cool. And it's sort of, like I say, it creates an atmosphere that really reminds me of kind of those old 80s cartoons and movies. But the other thing I like, or what I got out of this anyway, is I know a couple people with anxiety, and this is how they talk a lot of times. Like, what if this happens?
We're just
what if
catapulting
to the
inevitable end.
Yeah, well, I mean, not even that, just like they're so afraid of so much. And on the one hand, it's, you know, you come to a conclusion like they did in the show, and that's usually a conclusion they come to, but it's kind of understandable. It's like, yes, you have one life, and really fucking anything can take you out at any moment. I mean, you never know when something's going to happen.
Hit us right now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I missed us. Just hit the town over. I never liked that town anyway. But, what's it called? Chicago? But, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I think an episode like this is good because it does show, hey, you know, it's part of living life. You always take the risk. There's risks everywhere. But some point, like you said, well, I don't see much of a future for me up here. You know, it's part of life is taking the risk. But
his fear drove him. Like, he worked himself into so many, it was like this circular thinking. Yeah. And he worked himself into such a corner that it became almost like it was basically a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't go up on the roof. Well, no matter what happens, I'm scared and this and that, so I'm going to face my fear. I am going to go up on the roof.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know.
But it's one of those things where I don't think it's...
He literally overthought it.
Yeah. It is one of those things where I do think, like, people that do sort of have this mindset, it's... You know, you can't always just say, no, this happens, duh! I mean, come on, why do you keep thinking this? I mean, it's a condition, it's a way they think, and I think it takes a lot of time to snap out of that. So it's one, you know, that's the one thing
or
about
prescription drugs.
Yeah, true, that too. But I think with, you know, in this episode, it gets the message across. I mean, I think anyone can become afraid of a lot of things, you know, just out of nowhere or after an incident or something like that. So when it actually...
I think part of it's the peril of knowing the future.
Yeah.
You know, it's like going to it's like getting a kid getting a flu shot or something. Half the time it's just easier to surprise them with it and get it over with quickly if you tell them the night before. Then, you know.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah. You know, I remember when, like, you used to have to get, like, blood work drawn or like physical for school or whatever, like, you know, you'd be up the night before, like freaking out about it.
Yeah, no.
You go and you get it done and you realize, oh, that wasn't that bad. I pretty much worked myself up into like this fucking tizzy.
I don't know if I ever, like, I don't even know what the qualification is, whatever, but like test anxiety. Like, I have to get my driver's license renewed, and I have to do those really simple, easy written tests. I mean, those are the easiest fucking things in the world. I am still like, you know, oh god, a test. I mean, I just freak out.
When you make a left-hand turn, do you A, use your signal?
Drive it off a cliff!
B, not use your signal, or C, ram the person straight in front of you. C, oh no, I did it again.
No, it's one of those things where it's like, but just thinking about it, I mean, even now, it's like, I know it'll be easy, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, shit, I just am... It's like, it does feel like test anxiety, even though I don't...
Shit, man, shit.
But just, yeah, and when it's done, it's like, like, I remember when I was younger, even if I knew I failed a test, I was like, okay, but at least it's done. At least I'm over with
that failure is over with, at least.
Yeah, at least I had, like, a solid answer. So, I mean, I think everybody has, like, their... you know, their thing that they can get anxious about or afraid of that may be unreasonable, but you can't help it. So this is a good episode for that, though. I mean, if only it was that simple. If only you could just be like, you know, hey, knock it off, okay, and just it'd be done, you know. But it's still good to always have those reminders and always be told and like, hey, that's just part of it. If you never went out and did anything, nothing will ever happen. So it's a good episode, and I think again, sort of with this. With the way we're raising, I shouldn't say we're raising, but just with this generation growing up, I mean, there does seem to be a lot more worry. And, you know, I mean, we always hear this stuff about
fucking
kids.
Halloween every year.
Well, okay, like in Hotel Transylvania 2, when they have the vampire camp and, like, they don't let anybody fail, everybody wins and stuff like that. I mean, you say that doesn't seem healthy, but everybody's happy, everybody wins, but that somehow doesn't seem healthy. I think something like this is good because I think people can get really fucking sensitive and afraid of so much.
Kids should learn early on that they suck.
No, that they can suck. I think that's always the thing, in my opinion. You know, but failure's okay. Things are gonna happen.
You have the right to suck.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, and it hurts, and it does suck. But that's just part of it, and you move on and you live. I mean, if you protect them from everything, nothing will ever happen.
When we were kids, we would trick or treat in the dark all the time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's done before sundown. I'm like, what the hell happened?
When we were kids, you know. But yeah, so I think this is a good episode for kind of that generation because, like, you don't know how sensitive so many kids are going to be, or adults, or parents, or anything.
It's now one of our rants, and we're not shitting on the next generation.
Oh no, there's plenty of shit wrong with our generation.
Oh, where to start?
Yeah, no. I mean, we're basically the ones fucking you over.
Reaganomics.
Yeah, we have totally screwed you over. We're the reason there's no jobs out there right now, or we're like half the reason.
Hey, let's be fair. Those baby boomers started.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably more the baby
Our
boomers,
parents started this shit,
but we didn't do shit about it.
bunch of It's all about peace and love till you hit Wall Street, wasn't it?
We create technology to distract us how fucked up and awful our world is becoming, how we're blowing it up. But, wow, this got, like, really... But
we were slacking off too much to notice the world was going to shit.
Yeah,
that really
pretty
was our
much.
generation's
It's like,
problem.
oh, there's no jobs left? Okay, at least iPhones are cheap.
Well, I didn't really have a job to begin with, so it sucks to be the next generation.
We're just gonna, like...
I just throw on my flannel shirt, listen to Nirvana, and get stoned.
Like every generation, they're just born and then immediately thrown into, like, a homeless shelter. It's like, we just know this is where you're going. Yeah, wow, sorry, they got really, really pessimistic. But bottom line, you shouldn't be afraid of everything, because it's totally healthy.
After we just told you how you should be afraid of it.
Yes, pretty much. So
because of us, even.
Yes, sorry about that.
So wait, we're Garnet.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we just fucked everybody over, the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Circle. We just went full circle.
So, sorry about that.
I'm not.
I'm not either. We're awesome. You're fucked.